Joining us now for more is Virginia Congressman Bob Wittman. Congressman, great to see you this morning.
Good morning. Great to be with you, Allison. Thanks again. Thanks, Rob.
Congressman, good to have you back on. I'm just wondering, by not including the amendment in this China bill, does that prove to you that Democrats aren't serious about putting American interests first?
It does. Listen, they have little, if anything, in the bill that actually addresses the sources of COVID-19 and anything to hold China accountable. All they say is the Biden administration needs to report to Congress on what happened with COVID and its release from the lab there in Wuhan. My bill would require a number of things. Most importantly, it would sanction and penalize China for its role in the release of COVID-19. This bill would do nothing, and they refuse to include my bill in there, which actually has some teeth in it. It also prevents the United States from ever putting gain-of-function research dollars into China. It creates, I think, accountability. It also puts in place penalties to make sure that this never happens again.
Yeah, look, people want to know, right? They want answers. This killed tens to thousands of people. Congressman, you put out a tweet in reaction to all of this saying, I introduced the World Deserves to Know Act to get to the truth behind the pandemic's origins with an investigation that China continues to block. If Democrats are serious about getting tough on China, why would they reject the proposal? So I'll ask you your own question. Why do you think that they would reject this?
I'm not sure. It just defies logic. Their bill, all it says is the Biden administration needs to produce a report. Listen, we don't need another report. We need action. The American people understand the impact of COVID. They understand the source of COVID. What we want to know is, why did this happen? How did it happen? And how do we prevent it from happening again? And how do we hold people accountable? That's the way we get to the root of this. And that's the way we confront China on this. And that's the way we combat China's massive efforts to hide actually what happened with COVID-19 and to make sure that the impact that it's had across the world is addressed by China in the things that they need to do to make sure that people are made whole because of this. And listen, they don't want to have anything to do with that.
Right.
They understand they're culpable. We need to hold them accountable.
I am so sick of this weak administration being so afraid of communist China. I'm so sick of China. They haven't cooperated with one investigation that's looked into the origins of COVID-19. Almost 900,000 Americans and counting have lost their lives as a direct result of something China did, deliberately or not. And you've gotten a lot of support for this amendment. One of your Texas colleagues in Congress put out a tweet agreeing with you, completely unbelievable, that the White House doesn't even mention the word China in their letter urging the passage of this bill, a bill designed to supposedly counter China. So the White House puts out a 2-page statement in support of the Competes Act, and they never mention China. The bill is all about China. In Congress, it's known as the China bill.
That's correct, Rob. And it's interesting, this bill that they call the Competes bill, which is not about addressing or confronting or combating China, is all about things that are ancillary to that. In fact, the reason they don't talk about China in there is because there's not anything, I think, substantive in combating or confronting China in the bill. It spends tens of billions of dollars on things unrelated to China. This is another one of those platforms that didn't include a single piece of input from Republicans. That is a hyper-partisan bill going forward to achieve other things that are not related to holding China accountable. It is mindless that this is the bill that they put forward to say, oh, we're confronting China.
Yeah, in the backdrop of all this, the opening ceremonies for the China Olympics happening tonight. Olympics that we did not boycott and probably should have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of people want to boycott it. All right. Thank you so much, Congressman Rob Wittman. We really appreciate you getting up so early for us.
Thanks, Allison. Thanks, Rob.